Kia ora whānau, and welcome to a very overdue episode of Get a Job and Get Healthy with Costas Enterprises. I am your host, Alex Costas, and I do want to apologise first off with not posting in a long time. Unfortunately, I have been quite busy and doing a lot of other things, which I thought I'd talk about now, about what it is that I've been doing. That includes sort of like a joint venture with my partner and all the other stuff that's going on. So yeah, I do want to apologise. First and foremost, you can contact me, doncostas@gmail.com. That's DON for Nike, COSTAS @gmail.com. You can also find me on Twitter and also on Instagram @the Kiwi Don. That's capital T, K, and D. I also have a website, www.costasenterprises.business.blog. I haven't posted on the blog in a long time as well, but I do plan on getting into there a bit more. As always, this podcast is, you can actually subscribe to the podcast, and please feel free to, if you do want to sort of unlock some of the episodes that I've got, you can do so through the link below, as well as also through Spotify itself. Cost us 99 cents a month. I will try to start creating more content so that it's actually worth it, because I do feel bad for not doing that. But the information that I have sort of put behind a paywall, let's just be real, is quite valuable, especially when you are actually wanting to sort of start applying for jobs and stuff. So now that all the formalities are out of the way, what have I been up to? Well, let's get on to it. My last podcast, I talked about going to Australia, and I was in Australia, I believe, and I had the wedding. It was an amazing wedding, fantastic time. Had a really, really great experience. Did a little bit of travelling by myself, as well as with a friend. And yeah, it was just really, really lovely, well needed. During that time, my partner came back afterwards. So basically, 2 weeks or a week after I got back, my partner got back from Vietnam. So as you can imagine, I have been ecstatic and just full of love and really, really enjoying having her home. So yeah, really, really, a lot of the stress that I've been going through has sort of come down because she's been, she is my rock, she's my support, and she's my partner. So obviously, as you can imagine, I feel a bit more whole when I didn't feel whole before. And so yeah, really, really happy to have her back. My mother has now moved to the rest home, which I think I've told you guys about before. It has been a bit of an adjustment period, as well as cleaning the house to get ready to sell the house so that we can pay for the retirement home. All of that has been interesting and fun as well. But what have I been doing? So, first big news is, as you can probably tell, me and my partner have gone into business together. We have created what we call Yen Garden candles at the moment. So we are creating pure coconut wax, 100% pure coconut wax candles that have molds. This includes tea lights and candle tins, as well as the actual molds themselves, like little designs. You can find them on Instagram. You can find us at Yen Garden. That's A-N for Nike, Y-E-N again for Nike, G-A-R-D-E-N, and then underscore, and then the word candles, C-A-N-D-L-E-S, which of course I will put in the description as well. So that is our Instagram. You can have a look at some of our candle designs that we've done, and you might be thinking, oh wow, you've gone really basic, bro, like now you've got a candle business. Well, yes, we have. I'm not going to lie, 90% of the candle business is all my partner. She does so much, and she's the one that had the idea. I'm just basically trying to help where I can, which includes doing things like the social media, includes engaging, creating videos, negotiating, deals and stuff where I can. So yeah, it's been a very, very interesting experience, and sort of coming through after learning my sort of business course that I've been working on. It has been very, very good to put those into practice, for example. So yeah, it's been an amazing, and we were really lucky. There is a thing called the Wellington Collective, or Welly Collective, and what that is that's actually it's kind of like a store which has been set up by a whole lot of different independent artists, and with those artists we actually have like a craft stall, which is quite cool. And so yeah, it's really, really helpful. It does cost, I'm not going to lie, and they pay like we pay like a month in advance for rent, but we have 2 shelves, and the shelves are just standard 1.2 meter high by about 60 centimeters wide. We've got one stall in Courtney Place, which is the central sort of street, or one of the central streets in Wellington, and then we've also got one in the Johnsonville Mall as well. And yeah, we've been in there for about a week, literally a week, and we're actually doing really, really well for what it is that we've created. And yeah, just really, really happy with what it is that we've put together, and that's including things like the logos, our business plan, we're not just going to be stuck to just keeping it local. We do want to create a website as well and sell these internationally. That's sort of the next evolution of the business, and that will be happening soon, probably after Christmas, given that we've got quite a Christmas rush at the moment. And yeah, it's really cool. We've sort of competitively priced our candles in the actual stall where we have our shelf. We are the only people that do pure 100% coconut wax, and we're also the only ones that do our molds as well that we have of the actual the candles that we have. And we've got some very cool ones. We've got things like succulents, and we've got like little superhero stuff. We've also got there may be a certain Pokemon which we've debuted, some strawberries, things like cheese slices, all the stuff that you're not used to, as well as little Lego men. And yeah, all of these are made out of the coconut wax. We're quite proud of them. They smell amazing. They're all, we do everything ecologically and sustainably. We've tried to create our whole brand that way, so that we're actually giving back to the community as well. Out of our sales, we're basically going to be putting 5% towards charity. So yeah, it's a complete overhaul of the types of businesses that I'm used to, which is all online, passive income sits in the background, that sort of stuff, and definitely a lot more hands-on. And I've done a little bit of candle stuff myself, but not to the degree that my partner has. She is just like, this has started to consume her life for the good. Like, she's loving it. I'm loving it too. Like, it's really, really cool to have this thing that we work on together. And the other thing that I've been doing as well, so the other part of this podcast is sort of getting a job. I haven't gotten a new job. I'm still doing the same job. I haven't thought of anything else that I can sort of create for you guys. But the other part of my podcast is, of course, getting healthy. Now, of course, this is Movember. November is Movember. This is the one year that I'm not doing Movember, but I do want to still raise awareness to Movember. I do think it is an amazing cause, and for all the men that are out there this year that are actually raising money for it, more power to you. Like, I've done it for the last sort of 6 years, and unfortunately I I missed the uptake of when to start, and unfortunately, other things were consuming me, so I just haven't had much focus on that. And with the candle business, I'm trying to focus on other things as well. But I will be giving to Movember, of course. I always do. I feel like it's a fantastic cause to raise awareness for men's health. In regards to my health, I'm going to be pretty open and honest. While my partner was away, I was very, very, very bad. I was eating all the wrong foods. I wasn't drinking a lot, like I have talked about before, where I used to drink quite a bit. That I have cut down quite a bit. But I'm not going to lie, I was having a lot of burgers. I was having a lot of, bad foods, stuff that I knew I shouldn't be eating. I was trying to eat healthy at times, but not as much as I should have been. I crept up to about 140, realistically about 144 kgs at my heaviest whilst my partner was away. And when she got back, I got down to about 140. So I still felt quite full. In the last sort of maybe 15 days, we have been eating some smoothies. Now, these are smoothies made of fresh fruit, also of frozen fruit, frozen veggies, bananas, and not protein powder, but something called whey-less. So whey-less is kind of like a protein powder. It is more like a meal replacement, but we're not using very much of the meal replacement itself. We're just using it as a thing to make it creamier, and we do this with oat milk. Now, you wouldn't believe it, but I have basically lost, in the span of about 15 days, I've lost about 9 kgs already. So I'm down to about 132.5, which is, it's not the smallest I've been. The smallest I've been in the last sort of 20 years has been about 117 kgs. And that was, probably about, I got lucky to get down there about 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. And part of the reason I did that was because I was walking every day for about a month in USA, where it was hot during summer, and we were eating basically one meal a day, if that. I wasn't doing any desserts. I was just drinking water, all that sort of stuff. So when I got back to it, everything piled back on, obviously. But so we've been doing the smoothies, and I can honestly say, after doing them for I think it's been about 15 to 20 days, maybe 20 days, we're basically having 2 smoothies a day, one for breakfast, one for dinner, and I have more energy. I feel fuller for longer, because the other thing I'm doing is, most times when you have a juice or a smoothie or something like that, if you gulp it down, you will still feel hungry later. I'm purposely taking my time with it, so my body, I'm feeling more satiated. So that basically means that I am feeling fuller if I take my time. So rather than drinking it over like 5 minutes, I take maybe 10 minutes to drink my smoothie, sips at a time. It's very creamy. It's very lovely. I haven't gotten sick of them yet, and we are doing two of these a day. And then our main meals that we have at lunchtimes, because of course most of the times I am working from home. I do have 2 days where I go into the office, and during those times when I work from home, my partner is helping cook, and we are eating pretty well, meaning that I'm not tempted to go to like Burger King or McDonald's or Domino's, or pick your favorite dessert, or pick your favorite fast food place that I was eating at for the last couple of months. And so in the 2 weeks, I'm feeling so much better. Now, I have had my gastro problems. I talked about this a couple of podcasts ago, where I had some really bad gastro problems, and I was going to the toilet quite a bit. I couldn't really control myself. I couldn't eat. So for about a week, I was pretty much on congee, which is just rice porridge. Vietnamese rice porridge because I just could not stomach anything. And so, yeah, the smoothies are really, really full. Like I had one so the time right now is about 10:15 p.m. I had one at about 6:30 and I still feel quite full. And yeah, I'm going to keep with it. I'm quite happy with them. I do miss eating food. Like what we've kind of done is we've kind of inadvertently done something similar to intermittent fasting, but our own sort of way, where instead of supplementing when you do intermittent fasting, usually what you do is you have a time area where you eat, you stick to where you eat, and then you pretty much fast the whole time before that, and you can drink water and stuff during that time, but instead of that, what we're doing is we're still having water, but instead we're having the juice as well. And I got to admit, I am feeling so much better. Just having more veggies inside me, more fruit in me, like I feel genuinely okay, and that I am getting healthier. I do still feel a little bit bloated at times. And I have still had gastro issues recently, probably about maybe a week ago, about maybe 4 days ago, I had a little bit of a problem, but at the end of the day, all is going better that way. So yeah, I'm not going to claim that everyone should do this. Like, I am diabetic. I've tried the keto thing. The keto thing did work for me for a little bit, but I did get really, really bad with when I first went on keto and had a couple of hypoglycemic attacks, which almost fucking killed me. But yeah, the smoothies seem to be working. They seem to keep my blood sugars down. I seem to be eating well. I'm taking all my pills. I'm doing all the things I'm supposed to. So yeah, overall in that way, I'm feeling really good. Passive income stuff. Okay, so crypto. MetaMasks are doing a huge giveaway. If you own a MetaMask, you can be one of the ones lucky enough to win a one-of-one physically printed slab with your NFT in it. This is a very, very cool thing. I am hoping I win. I've been trying to win a couple of Royal Rumbles, which we run in our Discord, and when we run these, we are actually, you can win another MetaMask, which is great, so it'll get my collection up higher. I've also since then bought a Cash-in Gold Pass, which when Cash-in Society opens up, that's going to be a huge thing that's going to help generate more income based on the idea that they've got of cutting out the middleman and actually doing everything. So that's Cash-in Finance, it's called. And yeah, really, really happy with that sort of stuff. My own NFTs, I haven't done anything else. I'm going to be completely open and honest. Redbubble. Now, Redbubble, I have not touched Redbubble for months, until just recently. So, one of the things I wanted to talk about in this episode is basically, I was going through Canva. Like I still have my Canva membership and I still use Canva. A lot of the stuff that I create on for our onion garden stuff is created through Canva, because it's just gotten more and more user friendly, more and more features are being added with all the other different functions. There's a lot more video editing type stuff you can do now, which is quite cool. And so yeah, it's been really, really cool. And I was going through Canva and I sort of saw a design and I was like, that's kind of cool. And then I saw there was about 24 of them. And as I've previously talked about before with my Redbubble designs, like what you should try to do is, if you find something that you like, try to replicate it. Well, I took this image, I put it into a frame that I saw, which I thought was really, really cool, and something kind of original. And then I just started creating, and I ended up creating about 100 designs. And I was like, oh my God. Now, at the time, Redbubble were doing a huge sale. They're doing a huge marketing push at the moment. Like on YouTube, almost every second ad is a Redbubble ad. And during this time, I sort of had a look and was like, I suppose I could buy something now. Like, I haven't bought any clothes for myself in a long time. And so what I did is I bought a hoodie, which is the first time I've ever bought one of the hoodies. I bought one of the lightweight hoodies for summer, because I usually wear the same hoodie over and over again. It's kind of something I always do. And the lightweight hoodie that I got is one of my Plant Daddy hoodies. I also got my partner a Plant Mama t-shirt, because I do love the Plant Mama. That's one of my favorite designs that I've created. I've got a Santa t-shirt that I created, going, I love it when you call me Big Santa, instead of Big Papa, with a picture of Santa with sunglasses. And then the final one I got was another one of my earlier designs, which is a t-shirt which just says yeah and nah, which of course, if you are a Kiwi, yeah nah is pretty synonymous. A lot of people know the phrase. It's a nice little Kiwiism that's out there. So yeah, the packages came yesterday. Because of how much they cost altogether, 4 items cost me around about, so it cost me like $100 New Zealand, which is actually pretty good, including delivery. I didn't realize the price was in Australian when I first looked at it, because it was like $60, and I was like, $60, that's great. And then of course when the payment came through, it was $100. So yeah, I got no problems with that. It did what I did. And the discount was already applied off, and it was a really, really well done discount. So there is currently a sale going on at the moment with Redbubble. You get 25% off all clothing. That is brand new. Like, I've literally just seen that. So that's pretty cool. But what I did is I started looking at these Canva designs and going, what can I do? I haven't done anything in ages. And then I came up with about 100 designs, and the new designs, I am still uploading them at the moment. I found that you can actually upload through your phone now. So I basically put the 2 gigs worth of the 2 gigs worth of images onto my phone and uploaded through them. And that's what I'm currently doing now. I'm still in the middle of processing those, but I've got about maybe, I want to say half, but I don't think it's half. But because of the way that I create my designs these days, and everything is already uniformed, everything's already set up, so that all I need to do is basically add the image, add the keywords, go down to the bottom, click save, and I am done. So that is basically what I've been doing the last sort of 3 days, has been uploading those designs. But I'm really, really happy with what's come out of those. I feel like I have found a really, really cool t-shirts, and I am really looking forward to seeing if there is any traction with them. Sometimes I get inspiration just from things like Canva, Japan, anime, that sort of stuff. The ones that I did were sort of like anime landscapes, but because of the frame that I picked, it was actually a ripped frame, and yeah, I sort of went through it and went like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like, when I saw the anime landscapes, that was like, oh, I'm sure I can add something here that'll be quite a cool little design, cool little thing to look at. And sure enough, that's what I've sort of done. So I'm slowly uploading those. But yeah, I'd feel free to go along, pop along to my Redbubble store. It's all on the link, of course, and give me an idea of whether or not you like what you're seeing. Yeah, pretty happy with the quality of the Redbubble products that came home. It doesn't look like they're going to fade. Some of the other Redbubble stuff that I've got has faded a little bit. And the ones from Teespring were pretty good. I haven't seen them fade, as well as the one from Threadless. The Threadless designs that I originally had when I first opened up my stuff are only now just starting to fade, and that's been 3 years of constant wearing for the most part, at least once a week. So you do the math, you're looking at least 204 washes every week for 2 years, and we're probably talking about 3 years. So yeah, probably a little bit more. So about 156 washes. I would say that's pretty good for just starting to fade on one of the t-shirts. The other t-shirt has faded quite considerably, but at the most part, it has stayed the test of time a lot more than some of the other things that I've had previously from other places. But yeah, really happy with Redbubble. I'm going to keep working on it and hopefully getting it, pumping again, because I do want to sort of get back into creating that passive income, having something there. My other passive income idea, I haven't really done anything more on that yet, but I will be getting onto that shortly, because I do want to stick with that. Probably when the Christmas period is on and I've got a little bit of free time, I'll probably try to knock out the whole business, get it up and running, and put it up on Etsy. I am also seriously considering possibly going back to Spring just to have a look. They have some really, really interesting ideas, as well as some really, really cool products that you can create. Now, I don't know if they've fixed their pricing margins. I don't know all that sort of things. When I do decide to go back to it, I will let you guys know as well. Other than that, there hasn't been much going on. I have been pretty full on, like, in the background. But, yeah, check out the designs. I'll post a link there for the Onion Gardens. Feel free to pop along. And, yeah, let us know what you think. Become a follower if you like. If you want to, feel free to leave a review. Reviews for the podcast are fantastic. You can also leave a review on my website if you'd like to instead, if there's something you prefer. I do have links to my podcast in there as well. But until next time, guys, as always, I just want to say a huge sorry for not contacting you all sooner through this podcast medium. I do appreciate you guys sticking with me, for those that do stick with me. And as always, I love you guys, and I wish you all the best. And yeah, keep it up. I will try to post more regularly. And as always, good luck. See you guys. Love you.